Right now here on News 12 New Jersey, we are on storm watch here this afternoon, timing out those thunderstorms that are rolling in as we take a look at the Driscoll Bridge. Busy out there, of course, for this holiday weekend. We'll find out when the skies will clear up and the storms move out. Thank you very much for joining us here on this Sunday afternoon, July the 2nd. I'm Della Cruz. We begin with this News 12 update. Crews finished repairing that 36-inch water main break on Route 206 in Somerville. They've been working since Friday. New Jersey American Water says service should start running again to all affected areas, but customers may experience discoloration as they disinfect and flush the pipes. Those who don't have water should have it by late afternoon. But that boil water advisory is still in effect. Bacteria samples have to meet water safety standards before that advisory is lifted.
We're tracking showers, and the cloudy skies continue to stay lingering with us. Of course, we are celebrating the 4th of July holiday, and we are noticing that they may be putting a little bit of a damper when we're talking about those fireworks displays for this evening. A better bet comes in tomorrow when we do notice the possibility of those showers coming into earlier half of the day in the afternoon, and possibly some drier spots and opportunities for tomorrow. But we could notice that the strong to gusty and severe thunderstorms arrive right around 3:30 into 5 o'clock. They move pretty swiftly. We do have a little bit of a break. We're left with some residual cloud cover, and then we have another wave coming into play right around 9:30 into 10, and primarily more for southern regions on that second half. But with it comes a possibility of some pea-sized hail, gusty winds upwards to 50-mile-per-hour range, and tipping the scale very close to that severe category. And that would mean that small hail is in place with some cells and some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Tornadoes very unlikely, but of course we're monitoring the possibility of some flash flooding into the marginal and also slight category for today. Della?
Thank you, Hilda. Police in Essex and Union counties warn residents to beware of two different wild animals. Maplewood police say there's a possible fox near Maplewood and Jefferson Avenues. Friday, an aggressive coyote was also spotted in that area. The animal reportedly attacked two people in the South Mountain Reservation over the span of a few hours. Brightwood Park in Westfield is closed until further notice because of sightings of aggressive coyote behavior. Democratic Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill speaks out against New York's move to hit Jersey drivers with higher tolls from congestion pricing. She suggests businesses move from New York to New Jersey and Congress take away federal funding from the MTA. Sherrill also supports Governor Murphy's intent to file a lawsuit against congestion pricing. Now this developing story out of Baltimore, a mass shooting shortly after midnight. Police say at least 2 people have died, another 28 injured in the attack. At least 3 of the wounded are in critical condition. Officials say people were attending a block party when gunshots rang out. We've lost a TV news pioneer here in this area. NBC reports Dr. Frank Field, as he was called, died at 100 years old. He was a meteorologist and health reporter for over 25 years before leaving TV in 2004. Field was known for his humor on air and daring stories. In 1983, he covered a kidney transplant live. He also introduced audiences to the Heimlich maneuver before it was embraced by the medical community. NBC says Field's wife of 75 years died several months ago. He's survived by his 3 children, including Storm Field, 7 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. Fireworks safety is top of mind this 4th of July holiday weekend. News 12 New Jersey's Kurt Sieglin spoke with Dr. Mike Marano. He's the medical director at the Burn Center at Cooperman Barnabas in Livingston.
The injuries that I would see most likely are going to be injuries involving the hands and injuries involving the face, and particularly ophthalmologic injuries. So those eyes are very sensitive to these sorts of effects as well. So I would say, though, that there are a limited number of devices that are available in New Jersey legally, and those would be confined to the less dangerous, but still some risky items, such as sparklers, items called snakes and glowworms, items that produce smoke, and also trick noise-making devices. I would be aware that still illegal in the state of New Jersey would be any device that's an aerial consumer firework. And those would include bottle rockets and Roman candles and other types of fireworks and firecrackers. Those are all actually illegal in the state of New Jersey. The reason is because they are riskier.
The big stuff in New Jersey, the big fireworks in New Jersey have been illegal for years now, but as you mentioned, the sparklers, the party poppers, there's still risk with these, and I guess the younger you are, the greater that risk curve ascends.
Absolutely. Small children do not have the judgment and the coordination to know what the consequences are of these types of devices. So while they're attractive and fun and exciting, they also have some danger. So any small child has to be accompanied by a responsible adult and should be a distance away from these objects. And they can still have an enjoyable time, but we want everyone to stay safe.
If someone is burned, what to do?
If it's a small burn, some cool water will make it feel better. If it's really small, like the size of a fraction of an inch, it might just require some topical ointment and a small Band-Aid, if it's a finger, for example. But anything more significant that involves the eye or something larger that might have resulted from clothing that could have ignited is a much more of a serious issue to deal with. First, everyone needs to put the fire out. Secondly, seek medical attention in a local emergency room. If it's anything more than something trivial, they will probably call the burn center. And in New Jersey, they would probably call us.
We talked about being mindful of little kids. What about pets?
Well, pets can get into trouble because they also are just trying to enjoy being together with families, and they can knock things over, for example, like candles. And the risks around 4th of July, of course, go beyond fireworks. We have to also concern ourselves with campfires and fire pits and barbecues. And pets can get into trouble in those circumstances, probably even more than with the fireworks.
Dr. Marano says the best way to enjoy fireworks is to attend your town's celebration. He does caution, even in a setting like that, sit as far away from the launchers as you can. A high number of fatal drownings in the South is raising awareness about the dangers of swimming amid rip currents. Water safety experts say even strong swimmers can get caught in a dangerous situation in the ocean. Here's health reporter Gillian Neff.
Ocean lifeguards in Montauk know rip currents can catch swimmers by surprise.
They don't pull you under the water. That's kind of a common misconception. People think they kind of suck you under the water, but they don't. They just pull you away from shore.
Here's a simulation of what happens when caught in a rip current. You're quickly pulled far from the beach, but experts say it's important that you try not to panic.
I know that sounds counterintuitive. People want to try to get back to shore, but you want to just relax and float.
Ocean scientist Gregory Dusick says don't exhaust yourself trying to swim against the current. Swim parallel to the beach until the ocean doesn't feel like it has a pull on you. Then swim back to shore at an angle, letting the waves push you back in.
Some people might not be strong swimmers or you might get tired and feel like you can't keep swimming. So if you can just float, stay on the surface of the water and look back to shore and call and wave for help, that'll give a chance for public safety personnel to come rescue you.
In the U.S., from 2014 to 2023, rip currents were the third leading cause of weather-related deaths, killing 71 people every year on average, more deadly than lightning, tornadoes, or hurricanes. Ocean experts say swim near a lifeguard. I'm health reporter Gillian Neff, and that's your News 12 Health Report.
We were the best kept secret in Bergen County. I don't think a lot of people knew we were there or who we were. And that's why we're trying to push our name out and brand ourselves so people realize we're a viable, very strong organization that really gets a lot of stuff done.
Spotlight New Jersey coming up.